Hi guys, Craig with Travel and Tartan here. Decided to take advantage of the beautiful sunshine we got, so that we'd do a little video outside today. I was going to actually talk a little bit about one of the restaurants that I used from the Priority Pass on my recent trip to Boston. But then I decided, well, I'm not sure that's as useful as just talking about Priority Pass in general. I think a lot more people are going to get use out of that. So what I decided, I'm just morphing this into more about Priority Pass in general. Just what it is, how you can use it, how much does it cost, what actually comes with the membership and the different types of membership you get. So here we go. All right, Priority Pass is a membership driven program. You can either sign up for it and pay for it at prioritypass.com, or you can get it for free if you like, using one of the credit cards in the US. There are quite a number of them that you can get. I'm not going to go and list them all, and they're different advantages and disadvantages of each card, but there are certainly a few, and all the major banks have them: Chase, Citi and Amex. They come for free with your annual fee for your credit card, which can be X number of dollars, up to the premium kind of standard around $450 sort of price range. So that's a lot of money, but obviously that's just a part of the whole package. If you want to buy it for yourself, you can do that through prioritypass.com. There are 3 different classes of membership. So the first membership is just $99. Oh, ooh. There's a guy in his hog going by there. Sorry about that. First one is $99. So what do you get for $99? Well, that doesn't get you much other than just accessing the lounge for a fee. So your fee is $32. So every time you go to a Priority Pass lounge, it's going to be $32 to get in. Every guest you take is $32 to get them in. I'm not sure you're getting much value out of that. Having said that, if you're planning on going to a couple of, let's say, United lounges, so that's $60, that's twice the price of your Priority Pass visit. If you like, you're going to pay $99 for the year on top of all your visits. But if you do a couple of those, you've made out over just buying the one-time pass to, say, a United lounge. A lot of the lounges are kind of comparable to any United or any of the legacy carrier lounges. I mean, yeah, you can go in, you can sit in a comfier seat. It's a little bit quieter. You get a little bit of food, some snacks, some booze. Nothing special. You get some Wi-Fi for free. A lot of that's available in the airport now anyway. So the advantages, I think, are totally dependent on where it is you're going. That's the basic price. The next price up, the next step up, is $299. That gives you 10 free visits. So obviously $299 is basically $30 a visit at that point, compared to the $32 you're actually going to pay for a visit. So is that useful? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're going to do $300 at $30 a go for at least your first 10, and then after that you're obviously paying less, depending on how much you're using it. So if you're somebody who's flying a reasonable amount, but you're not getting into the carrier lounges, which realistically you're not doing unless you're on business, first class, depending on where you're going. So if you don't have access to that, then this may be a better alternative. You do also get access to 2 different types of lounges. They call them lounges, but you've got the literal lounges, and then you've got restaurants. Right now in the US, there's about, I think, 28 maybe restaurants that the Priority Pass uses, and I think they have over 80 lounges throughout the US. So there's a lot on offer there, depending where you go in. Now, some of them are better than others from the actual lounges. I mean, some of them are literally, there's a seat and here's some cold coffee and some shitty snacks. Some of them are really nice. So it does depend on where you go. And around the world, it's the same thing. There's about 1,200 and some lounges around the world you can use. Some of them are really, really nice lounges that you would go in and be like, wow, this is awesome. Some of them are garbage lounges that are completely overfilled with people. They're hot. They don't have enough power sockets because they've never really been upgraded. They're not very modern. Their food is shit. The booze is pretty basic. So I mean, you have to look at it for where you're going. I mean, if you're certainly somebody who's going to very specific airports all the time, then I would recommend looking at that first. You can go onto prioritypass.com. you can just search your airports and it will tell you what lounges are available and in what terminals they're in. So I would recommend doing that first, because if you find they're pretty poor quality lounges, it's not worth it. You're better off just finding a quiet part of the terminal, grabbing a cup of coffee and just sitting down and using the free Wi-Fi that's already in the airport. But there you go. The restaurant part of it is pretty cool though. I definitely have got more use out of that so far than the lounges. And there are various different restaurants throughout the country. So there's a lot of different foods on offer, but it's 28 bucks you get when you go to a restaurant. And $28 you can put down. The only thing it's not included is your tip at the end of the meal, but 28 bucks covers everything else. So you can go to, if you've got 2 Priority Pass restaurants in an airport, you could go and spend 28 bucks on booze, and then you could go to the next one and spend $28 on food, or you could have food over here and food over here. It doesn't appear that there's any number of times you can visit these places, so I think you can go to one and then go straight to the next one. I've been to a few different ones at this point, and I mean, I don't know, they're great. You go in, you get something to eat, you come back out again, and it costs you nothing other than a tip. And I don't have a membership with Priority Pass. I have a membership through my Chase Reserve credit card, so that's for me a better way to go. I would not be buying this. Would I recommend it for $300, or I think the top one's $429? You would have to be flying an awful lot to make that worthwhile. Like I said, there are some awesome lounges around the world. If you're flying to specific spots all the time, I would recommend viewing them online first to see if it's worth you doing them, looking at some reviews for the lounges to see if it's worth, because like I said, some of the lounges are really terrible. They're not updated at all. Some of them are really good, they're well maintained, the staff are nice, the food's good, the booze is good. So I think it's definitely dependent on where you're going, so make sure you do some homework first. You have to just show up with either your card or your digital card on your mobile. They scan it and you're good to go. The only thing with the restaurants you got to be careful with is the fine print does say that they want a boarding pass, so you can't just be some random person that works in the airport and going up with Priority Pass and using it. You have to have a boarding pass. Some of them say they want an outbound boarding pass, some of them don't care, and I've had some that don't even ask for my boarding pass, they just want my card. I would always recommend, the restaurants I've always been to, have grabbed a bottle of water on the way out if they have them on offer. Take that on the plane, save you having to get something on the plane. Now you've got a nice bottle of water with you, so little top tip there. But there we go, that's it. So thanks very much for watching. Hope this was helpful to everybody. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.